Reactor back with another Madden 22 video, and today we're playing the Seattle Seahawks. Now we're close to breaking records. I'm going to try to break the records that I can. So here we go. Sorry, you guys. But I am back. Offense is healthy. Who? Defense is healthy. Okay.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win
So
the game.
I'm going to try to get
parts of the offense, and hopefully
I'll trade him
springs a
first
receiver
and
or two
second
free.
Claypool for TJ Watt.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They go back to Carson here on second. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. This defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury and having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 6, 7, 8, absolutely unbelievable. Just a one.
The play, and that'll be the call of the punt team. Fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Deep for the Cardinals, Christian Kirk. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Fights forward for only about a...
Oh, I also want to get back James Conner, too. Have Conner be the fourth running back.
21.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing now is Murray. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that would be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And that one's going to be off target.
Come on, man.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week. And it hasn't started all that great here.
And they can't let that incompletion become like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Carson, the 1st down and more. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
Great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep.
And there's a good opportunity. Just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Forced out to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is
Murphy.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. There's Wilson to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. Tough end to that play. He had his eyes on that first down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the first down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave him a couple of... A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to... And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that? Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. This defense, Charles, very opportune. opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery,
Touchdown! A great effort there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Cardinals have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
if you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Team on the field now as they will send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
I'm going to try to do 16
now
today as
back
well.
Over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down.
Holding
and scores.
offense.
That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
Come on.
Without the previous
somebody that is close to getting the record, please get the pick.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
I just gave you guys a free.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Zach Wilson's doing good.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleep?
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as as they kick this one away. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
The Cardinals defense now, they make their way back out there.
And for their efforts so far, they deserve a little defensive montage here.
I like that. I like how you recognize what they're doing out there and how much fun they're having, because that's indeed what's going on. Beating them to the punch just about every snap now, swarming, swooping, taking the ball away. This is a lot of fun to watch.
Opportunistic, right?
Very much so.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 21-0 our score after one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the...
Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Colin
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. 1st down, Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
On 2nd and goal, Murray to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. On 3rd down, Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game.
Okay, I'm going to go into the party. So we're going to have Recruit 7 and the squad joining us later. Okay, we're back.
Been going. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Kirk now, the return man. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing,
man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
you get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well,
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Yes!
Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one.
He's one more. He needs one more.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
I don't know, dude.
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down. You put a lot of emphasis on
This is here too,
3rd
Anthony.
down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season. Sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something.
Anthony,
that's what happens.
they're allowed to wear whatever number they want now.
It behooves you as a team.
A QB can wear 88 if they want to.
Blowouts in there, so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15.
I'm going to get Connor back, and I'm going to try and trade for TJ. I'm going to trade away Claypool.
Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
The word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break
Anthony,
tackles?
do you think somebody whose team isn't in the playoffs should be talking shit?
They'll try to run it in, going option right.
I did not tell him to do that
there
right
on the
there.
1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end? And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Chargers.
Now the try here for the extra point.
I think the Chargers won like 9-8 or like 8-9.
The route is on here in this 1st half.
Travis is talking smack.
So that drive in
I told him he shouldn't be talking because his team literally blew a game where the other team was trying to tie. Max Crosby apparently came up to Austin Eckler and said that we were trying to tie and you guys called a timeout.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Russell Wilson
saying that Arizona's going to get first rounded.
He's had a solid start.
I told Travis that we won't get first rounded. We play the Rams in LA, and last time we played the Rams in LA, we killed them by like 20 points.
That means things will get better for his team. Maybe get him
10
back
points.
into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations,
Yeah,
remember playing with a
the Raiders were trying to tie.
You ran out onto the field first, ahead of everyone else, just to say, guys, let's go.
That's why the Steelers made it, because the Chargers
So far, he has 1 touchdown,
pulled
1
the Chargers.
interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
I mean,
On 2nd down, it's
you would
Carson.
fire the coach if they
He is taken down
intentionally
at the
tied,
21
but they made the
after a short
playoffs.
gain of 2.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
God, Russ.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
On the return is Kirk.
I hope Cooper Kupp gets, I hope he's laid out
to go in this
on Monday.
First half on EA Sports.
I might have to put my backup in.
Arizona's
Holy
offense
shit.
at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Okay, let's get him framed his yards.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Every wide receiver and the 2 tight ends have over 1,000 yards.
Here's Murray.
Buddy Frayne and more.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Mac Jones plays for the Eagles now.
Looks like right at the 50.
What?
That's a big
I'm still
conversion
amazed
there
by
on
that.
3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Bengals lost to the Bucks.
On 1st down, Edmonds shrugs him off. And he's got some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
That was a good run home.
Rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Get some additional yardage.
It was close.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
We only lost by 9. Let me guess. Justin Pugh? No, Chris.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment,
Hey, Anthony, we should 9 and 6. Come on.
Out of the gun. Here's
That should be
Murray.
first in the division.
Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown.
Should I pull Murray, Anthony?
Touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Cardinals have taken a 6.
Or should I do it at halftime?
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half.
Brady's not going to
And they got it
retire
done.
until he's a 10-time Super Bowl champion. Yeah, I'll pull him at halftime. I'll put him at one of my backups.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away. Maybe
I wanna
with
know
some
if Anthony won.
frustration
Come
after
on.
the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a score
Cheering for
where
what
it
team?
is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Watt, Way, Simmons, Collins, Samosa.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Damn it, Anthony.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10
Why did you
from the
guys want to be
25.
QB?
Now it's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last
Did you see Leo pancake that too?
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
This year.
It'll be a gain of 5 and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few.
Hey, at halftime, I'll be right back. I got to go to help Jessica.
taking it about the 16.
I'll be right back.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, and the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. The Panthers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Titans. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Chiefs out on top. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Going to set him back 5 yards. Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they end up running themselves out of time.
Anthony, you there? No.
Now a give to Edmonds. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's hit the 30. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, 97 yards. And the Cardinals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here Here's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On second down now, it's Carson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Wilson. Buying time. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm going to pull Murray.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now. 2nd and 2. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
David Fonseca.
Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as example. He's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big...
There he goes, right side.
This is my low, baby.
Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Cards continue to pour on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them,
the ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Back to throw. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Martin had a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him, taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
I will David and...
Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. They go back to Carson here on second. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cardinals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And that is caught. is his. It's a touchdown. Now we remember, of course, all scoring upstairs. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
So tomorrow, I'll do like
the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now it's Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery. Touchdown for Arizona. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of it.
Stop running the ball.
Got to hold on to it.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
They need
officially nothing on
one
that
more
with no
tie.
gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They'll run the screen with Carson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch.
And now it's time to take our 2nd string out and put in the 3rd string.
It's called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some space here. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Arizona. Still throwing the foot. The big league.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondell Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cards add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Wilson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Back to throw. Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. From the gun, Wilson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. Looking to throw. Wilson, left side here, taken in by Metcalf.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have the right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
To throw is Strebler. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20.
And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up at a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A gain of 6 there on first. To throw again on second down. Wilson, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown! Big play there. 51 yards. And the Cardinals extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays of a long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Wilson on 3rd down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The football going back over to Arizona now. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. For them, this train just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Seahawks take back over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Wilson, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Wilson being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pass underneath for Carson. That catch good for only a couple. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. He's going to look deep for more. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for... Well, the Cardinals bring pressure and they get home. It's blocked.
Offside defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Offside defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So a new set of downs after a big mistake on special teams. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Isaiah Simmons in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. A big offensive explosion here.
Alright, so
The defensive guys, they're just saying, hey,
we might
put
break
those
the
points
record
up every week, we'll just
with
keep
2
winning.
guys.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a
If you
different
guys
flow.
watching, please be sure to like and subscribe.
So
I'll
for the
see you guys
Cardinals,
tomorrow.
they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they
Peace.
would